Hey everybody. Sorry I'm not with you guys again today. It turns out I have a sinus infection and I woke up with it on Sunday night late and I need to take today as well. So I'm hoping to be back tomorrow, but I wanted to make sure I could give you a little quick instruction. I'll make it really short, but it might make more sense just to hear it said. So I'm going to direct you through what we're going to be doing in class today. Um, okay, so yesterday you guys worked on just the first Lit Circle activity, and I gave you the three options, and it looks like a lot of you turned this in already. It's due before class, so make sure you did get that done. Today you're going to get started with your actual Lit Circle activity, and I'd like you to start by going over to the instructions and roles. This is the document I kind of scanned through with you guys last week, but this is probably the most important as far as understanding how these are going to be functioning. And, really today and tomorrow you guys are functioning on your own, but take some time to look through this, okay? We're going to just scroll actually ahead to the 5th page. And today what I'd like you guys to do, each of you are going to take a role. And there are, how many again here? There are 7 roles. So there's the discussion director, bias finder, rhetorician, evidence evaluator, diction detective, structural analyst, and connector. And each of you only need to do one. So it's all right that not all of these roles will be covered because we don't have 7 people in the group, and you don't have to do 2. Okay, so just one. And this week I'd like you to choose 2 different ones. So for the discussion that we're going to have on Wednesday, you are going to take one role, and then the one on Friday you'll choose a different role. So you're going to need to go over the description of what each of these are. I'm going to briefly summarize. So discussion director, you're really facilitating the discussion. There are some things you need to do before Wednesday to prepare. And so just make sure you do each of them. There's actually 3 questions that you need to answer on the role sheet, which I'll explain in a second. And then there's a role afterwards. Okay, so you do need to read this through. Discussion director facilitates. The bias finder, like it sounds, is looking for evidence of bias. Again, these are 3 questions to do before the meeting and then 2 following. The rhetorician is looking for evidence of ethos, logos, and pathos. And if you haven't really familiarized yourself with that from what you did yesterday, it gives you a really brief summary in the 3 things to do before. So you're actually going to look for examples of each one of those. The evidence evaluator, you're evaluating the use of evidence in the text. The diction detective is looking for use of wording. So that's like, a language-based task where you're looking for the way that the author uses words to communicate the message. It's kind of more like the artsy literary person, okay? And then the structural analysis, you're looking actually at the organization of this segment of the text. So since you're going to be looking at the first few chapters, you're looking at this as an introduction and kind of setting the stage for what's coming. So you're looking at it more structurally. And then finally, the connector. This person is looking for connections between this reading and any other text that you as a group have read. It might be something that you read in 9th grade, in 10th grade. It doesn't have to be from English 11, okay? Could be something you're reading in history, but you're making connections. All right, so again, each of these tasks, there are 3 questions to do before, okay? I'm going to go back to the agenda. So first thing together, you're going to read over the instructions and the roles. As a group, identify the roles that you're going to take this week. Each student must choose 1 per meeting, which means 2 this week, but you need to choose 2 different roles, so you can't be the bias detector twice. Okay. Third, you're going to complete the reading, and so most of class time today, you're really preparing for our discussion. You're going to complete the reading and do some annotating as you go. That will just make your job easier for the final step. And the last step is, I'd like you to make a copy of the role sheet, which I've created for you to simplify it. I'm going to show you that next in a second. And you're going to need to fill out the top section and the before the meeting section following the instructions for your designated role. So those questions that were on the sheet we just looked at, you're going to need to go back to that in order to complete this. Okay, so here's the roll sheet. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to tell me this is roll sheet number 1, okay, and then on Friday we'll be doing 2. Okay, you're going to put your name at the top, the title of your roll, the day that it's due. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be tomorrow's date. You're going to need to copy and paste the questions from the appropriate template, the ones that we just looked at here. Okay, so you're going to copy and paste the questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and then you're going to write your answers below them. Okay, so I like to see the question as well as your answer. Okay, this is what's due before class tomorrow. Then you guys are going to actually be talking about this in class, and I'm hoping to be there Wednesday. And then after the nonfiction circle, you're going to answer these 2 questions. Okay, so let's go back to the agenda. We'll wrap it up here. Okay, so your homework tonight is to do the reading and to complete the roll sheet. You're not going to be turning it in though. Okay, so this is incorrect. Oh no, that's right. So you're going to be turning the roll sheet in after the discussion, which we'll have on Wednesday, before class on Thursday. Okay, so there's nothing to turn in tonight. You just need to make sure that you have done that section and you're ready to go for your discussion. I'll be just circling around the room, make sure you did, just so that it's fair. Okay? All right, I'm going to cut this off. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you most likely tomorrow.